I hear in the land of Havila, for instance, what are you going to do about it? That's the way somebody who is walking with God would do. Look at Abraham. God said, hey, I have to do something in Sodom. I'm not going to keep it away from him. I need to reveal it to him. And there was a conversation between them, a dialogue, a thorough dialogue. But God, you're going to destroy this place. But supposing there are by step, and God said, if I find righteous people there, then I will save the land. I will stay the execution of what I intend. Prayer can be described as an act of a person addressing the desires of his or her to God, so that God's desires for that person can be fulfilled in the person's life or in the world. God wants to fulfill many things in the life of everybody. Say, I know the plan which I have for you. Jeremiah 29. I know my plan for you. John Wesley once said that God will do nothing unless a man acts. If you don't ask, if you don't act, then God will do nothing. If the Romans were unprepared to nail Jesus on the cross, the way salvation would have come would have been different. But God allowed for more than 800 years or plus for the Romans, for first the Assyrians to start to nail people to the cross. And then the Babylonians, and then the Greek. And there comes the Romans who perfected it. It became a standard of punishment, state punishment. And so somebody has to act, somebody has to ask. And God will then act. Do we have plans? Yes. If you have a plan, then you place it before God. But if we have no plan, we ask for nothing. Most of the time, because the world has had a plan our way already. You know, the system there. You give birth, yes, that child is tagged already and labeled, and they start nursery, and then and labeled there, programmed there, to know that, okay, this is where you can go in life. Go and walk. And so we'll be programmed and say, okay, yes, I will promote it, at least I'm promoting myself that way, as long as I do this. And so we don't need, most of us don't see the need for prayer. We don't see the need for asking God until there is difficulties. Prayer is an act of building relationship with God. And I want us to copy that is in our fresh start. In our fresh start. That we have conversation with God. Practice it. And you see how God will talk back. How God will give you answer. Look at the prophet Habakkuk. He said he will take his stand. He will ask God, why this, why that? So many other prophets. And today, instead of us taking a stand, sitting and going to Chrome and go to all kinds of browsers to search things out, why don't we search the heart of God? The one, in fact, he fashioned it. And so, relationship